Good day, everyone. Welcome to the discussion of operations and supply chain strategies. For the chapter objectives, be able to explain the relationship between business and functional strategies and the between structural and infrastructural elements, and then describe some of the main operations and supply chain decision categories, differentiate between order winners and qualifiers, and explain why this difference is important to developing operations and supply chain strategy, then define core competencies and give an example of how they can be used in the operations and supply chain areas for competitive advantage. We have two business elements. We have the structure, the infrastructural. For the structural business elements, we have the buildings, the equipment, the computer systems, and the other capital assets. For the infrastructural business elements, we have the people, the policies, decision rules, and organizational structure. Business strategy is a long-term master plan for the company and establishes the general direction of the company. The functional strategies are further develop the business strategy in segments of the business and must be aligned and coordinated. For the core competencies, these are strengths that provide focus and foundation for the company's strategies. A top-down model of strategy. We have the mission statement, the business strategy, and the goals. So the business strategy are composed of the mission statement and the goals that are coordinated. And then business strategy has different sub-departments, which also have different strategies. Specifically, we have the marketing strategy, research and development strategy, and then the operations strategy, and then the supply chain strategy and the financial strategy. So as you can see, we have the arrows as representation of its movements. For the marketing strategy, this is going back and forth with the research and development strategy. As the research and development strategy goes back and forth with the operations strategy. The operations strategy also do the same with the supply chain strategy. And then the supply chain strategy also have this movement of going in and out for the financial strategy. And then all of this strategy contribute with the operations and supply chain decisions. The design, operation, and improvement of the supply chain systems and processes should answer the following. What makes up the structure and infrastructure? Is the mix aligned with the business strategy? And does it support the development of core competencies? Functional strategy translates the business strategy into functional terms. This also assures coordination with other areas, and this provides direction and guidance for operations and supply chain decisions. These are the key interactions. We have the finance department, the MIS, the human resources, marketing, and accounting, as well as the design. Finance, these are the following activities or departments. They have the budgeting, the analysis, and the funds. For the MIS, they have the IT solutions. For the human resources, the skills, the training, and the employees, number of employees. Then for the marketing, what are the products, how many products, how much is the cost, as well as the quality and the delivery. For the accounting, the performance measurement systems and the planning and control. And then for the design is the sustainability, the quality, and the manufacturability. And then all of these key interactions has or have impact with supply chain and operations. Now, with departments and without the activities of each department, supply chain and operations will not be successful. Decisions guided by the structural strategy. We have, in terms of capacity, okay, we should be guided with the size, the timing, and type. And facilities, it is concerned about the size and the location. For the technology, it is about the equipment, the processes, and the information systems. And for the vertical integration, the direction and the extent. For the organization, the supply should be guided with the control and reward systems, the centralization and decentralization, workforce skilled or semi-skilled, for the purchasing, the supplier selection and the performance metrics, the system of procurement, and the sourcing strategy. For the planning and control, we have the forecasting, inventory management, and the production and planning control. For the process and quality, the supply chain should be guided with continuous improvement processes, the business's process or the business process management, and the Six Sigma or the SPC. Then for the product and service design, the supply chain should be guided with the development process and the organizational supplier roles. When we say SPC, this is a statistical process control. This is a method to measure, monitor, and control a process. In other words, SPC is a method of quality control which employs statistical methods to measure, monitor, and control a process. It, it is also a scientific visual method to monitor, control, and improve the process by eliminating special cost variation in process. For the Six Sigma, this is a way of seeking to improve the quality of process outputs by identifying and removing the causes of defects or errors. Okay, so let's go now to the value analysis. This is a process for determining the best choice when there are no unambiguous factors for doing so. This also helps maintain focus in gathering and assessing relevant data. This is also called a preference matrix. These are the things that we should focus or we should be prioritizing, okay, in terms of the operation in supply chain management. So we have the quality. This involves the performance, conformance, and reliability. The time, the delivery speed and reliability, development speed. For the flexibility, we have the mix, the changeover, and the volume. And for the cost, we have the labor, the material, engineering, and quality related. For the owner winners and qualifiers, when we say winners, we have the differentiators or the performance that are not yet duplicated by competitors. We also have the competitive advantage. These are performance better than all or most of the competitors. For the qualifiers, these are minimum acceptable level of performance. So over time, differentiators, the winners, the qualifiers as competition intensifies. So the measurements, performance against customer needs, the business objectives or standards, and then comparison to competitors, then comparisons to best in class. For the priority trade-offs, we have the generally very difficult to excel at all four performance dimensions. So these are the reasons, or this is some of the common conflicts, okay, on why this is very difficult to excel, no, in terms of performance. So we have the low cost versus high quality, cost versus flexibility, the delivery reliability versus flexibility, and the conformance quality versus product flexibility. That's it for the operation strategies. and supply chain. Okay. Thank you very much and stay safe, everyone.